To Scuffless Times. Today is the 25th of August 2025. Here is digitallibrary.un.org of the United Nations. People are probably wondering if this was planned or if it's natural, because it can only be either or for the fast influx of foreigners into the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and for me that would all include all of the British Isles, meaning England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. And again, for me, Ireland is all of one. And I'm going to start doing research into Japan, for I believe they too are undergoing this. We have foreigners that are protected by the state. You're not. They're getting everything and then some for free. No birth certificates. They don't approve anything. They don't have to be limited on how long they're on it. Well, the other average individual is struggling. Prices across the board, food, rent, or mortgage, water, utilities. Water is just the water you drink, so it's separate from utilities. Clothing, shoes, haircuts, medical, dental, psychological, etc. are all increasing. Here we have this digital library for the United Nations. Right there, subject, heading, depopulation. Now, I did not put that in there, because I'm looking up the replacement migration document, which I will put into the description of the video, or you can look it up yourself. So why would they have depopulation at the same time that down there is relationship between population and housing, and obviously not in English, on the same page? So it's replacing us truly no longer a conspiracy theory for depopulation in all of our countries that I have aforementioned. Clicking on replacement migration. Look at that year, 2000. This is the year 2025. But yet the date on this document, replacement migration is a solution to declining and aging populations, is from the year 2000. That's even before Dark Tuesday, before the Twin Towers and the Solomon Brothers building were taken down. Which has a lot to do with what we're going through right now with all these foreigners coming to our countries. Because if our military, intelligence agencies, etc., and corporations were not going into their countries, they would not have a need. Besides, if it's legitimately like a 1-1 deal in these numbers to come into Europe, United States, Canada, etc., it's all related. So feel free to download this document. Now, again, the link will be in the description of this video, and read it. That way, I'm not telling you what to think or how to think. I'm just giving you this to read. Either print it out if you, like me, prefer something that you can not. You can the print. I prefer to print printed book, hardback, paperback, not something that you will. Tablet, computer, whatnot, and then go through it in your mind about how much of this is now being pre-planned. Because if it's natural, this document should not exist from 2000. Because natural means that something outside of our control occurred in all these countries simultaneously to start slowly the trickle effect of coming into our own lands. Nobody asked us if we wanted it. We weren't able to vote on it. It's just begun in Europe slowly. Why? The Syrian war. and the other wars created refugees. And they were deliberately placed into our countries, knowing that these are people that were not assimilated into our cultures. They will not learn our language, or if they do, they still want to have all of their own cultural identifications intact, which, as you know, it should be fine if it's inside their own home. But to go outside and expect us to adapt to them versus adapt to each other, to where we can, if it's a religious thing to where they want to wear certain clothing, then maybe we should respect that, but it shouldn't be, expected that we also wear the same garb. Necklaces, whether it's the cross, the Star of David, or whatnot, should not be banned. And that's what you want to wear, you should be allowed to wear it. But to come in all and have preferential treatment and have entire industries cater to you, where the natives are having to wait months, years, or they just give up and commit suicide. This is all, it is something that we need to be discussing. And again, do not react emotionally. You can have your feelings, they're fine. But do not react with anger. I suggest. I don't want to be dictating here. To realize that we are being manipulated, or referred to as the talking heads. Whether it's somebody on the telly, or on the radio, or in some printed form, whether it's ink or digital. And they want to constantly let us know that we don't deserve to have our own cultures. We don't deserve to have our own identification. We just need to shut up, be obedient, and as generations pass, become minorities in our own land. Yes, this is what has occurred throughout history, and it was incorrect, it was wrong, it was immoral. The strong eliminate the weak. However, this might be the first time, please correct me if I'm wrong, the first time in history where an entire culture has been told you are not allowed to stand up for yourself verbally in a calm, respectful manner, and definitely you're not allowed to physically defend yourself, your loved ones, your town, your village, your city, much less your whole entire culture. They just need to allow us to have these people come in. They can have as many children as they want. We make it as hard as possible for you to have even one. They get to have as much food as they want, so they stay healthy, and they get to see doctors and dentists, no problem. Well, practically nothing for you, so you get weak. Increase the cost for you, while they get everything handed to them. So they don't have the struggle, the stress that eats away at your health in another way. Having families and couples not be together because they cannot make it on one income. They cannot make it on two incomes or one income in side households if you're an individual and not with a significant other. Meanwhile, all these invaders are coming in, housed, and all the needs are met, and then some. They can live life, be happy, relaxed, knowing that they can commit any crime they want and the police are going to protect them. The law, loopholes protect them. The media protects them. So why don't we discuss this? And to determine whether or not what we're all going through is natural, or as this document might prove, intentional. And that means our governments and the media are deliberately lying to us, and why. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to subscribe, comment your views in the comment section, and let's have a civil debate. Where are you from? How long have you had foreigners in your land? What's your positive and or negative experiences of it? How hard is it for you to gain employment? To have to compete with these people who are coming in and companies might want to hire them versus you? What's the cost of living like before and since the influx of foreigners? And again, stay in control of your emotions, think logically, do not give them exactly what they need. Thank you.